Welcome here to more Talk FCB and welcome to full reaction from Argentina's first World Cup qualifying match. This one here coming live from La Bombonera against Ecuador, and I've got to say, vital early points in the qualifying stage for Argentina. And of course, it's that man, Lionel Messi, who's provided the win from the penalty spot. It's Argentina 1, Ecuador 0. We're going to be talking about the match as a whole and also about the way that Argentina played, with a view, of course, not only to the World Cup, but also to Copa America 2021. It's all coming up in today's review. Let's get to it. Because this right here is the team that Lionel Scaloni put out there in what was a very important first game here in World Cup qualifying. It was Armani in goal, which was a slight surprise given how good Martinez has shown in the Premier League over the past few months or so with Arsenal and now with Aston Villa. It was a back four there of Tagliafico and Montiel there at right back, Otamendi and Martinez at centre back. It was a three-man midfield of Paredes, he was the deepest man there, Rodrigo de Paul and also Acuna there being played once again in a midfield position with Lionel Messi nice and central there to everything, Lautaro Martinez leading the line, and then in came Ocampos, of course, from Sevilla, who usually plays in the wider areas. But what he was doing in this game, he certainly had a bit more of a free role. He was sort of drifted around, staying nice and close to Lautaro and also linking up with Messi, which we are going to come on to. But you will notice there that Argentina team were missing a number of key players. There was no Angel Di Maria. Dybala also apparently there was suffering with a bit of sickness. That's why he wasn't involved there from the start, and I think Argentina showed some good signs. Like I say, there was a few combinations that did come to life in the game, and it didn't take them long to get off the mark. And I think the early goal that Argentina got was a testament really to how they started the game, and it was really key in terms of settling their nerves in this kind of game. It came there just after the 10-minute mark, and it was really good build-up play, firstly from Messi and then from Lucas Ocampos. Messi there starting the move, getting around one or two defenders, playing it into space there to Ocampos, who's got a bit of room. He runs at the defence, charges there into the area, and I've got to say, from Ecuador's point of view, it's a wild, lunging, sliding tackle. It was always going to lead to a penalty kick. Even there in South America, that has to be a penalty. It clearly was. Messi was the man there to step up after that good work in the build-up, and it was a really confident penalty for Messi, because that there for Argentina was a big moment, a really important goal, like I say, to get them off the mark. It was a really powerful, accurate strike there into the bottom right-hand corner. Keeper did go the right way, but there was no stopping that from Messi, and Argentina there were off the mark. And I've got to say, right throughout the game, not only there in the first half, but also in the second half, as you'd expect from a World Cup qualifying match in South America, it was so physical. And that's why, for me, it's always funny when you hear Messi there being linked to the Premier League, where Messi could make his move to England, and people say, oh, he couldn't handle the physicality of the Premier League, couldn't deal with that brutal force they have in England. Well, you haven't watched a South American qualifying game, have you? If you think that, you clearly haven't seen what goes on, because it's crazy out there. They're just kicking lumps out of each other. The referee, he just stands and watches it. You don't get a yellow card in South America, for what I can gather, for literally anything. There was big fouls out there, crushing challenges, even the penalty, which was a complete lunge and a complete takeout there of Ocampos. No yellow card, no nothing for the Ecuador man, and it just goes to show, in South America, the game's a full throttle, it's physical stuff, and Messi's out here, scoring goals, performing at this level. Don't talk to me about the Premier League. And I think that it's because of that physicality, because of that lack of rhythm in the game. You've got fouls, you've got the breaking up of play. It's because of all that. It's difficult to judge Argentina on normal standards, because if you were judging it on, say, La Liga, Premier League standards of play, you'd say there they were very disjointed, they didn't really get into their stride, they didn't really get into any flow of the game. But it's a different circumstance. It's a very different game. They're out in South America when you've got fouls every few seconds, when you've got players there lunging at you from every direction. You basically got to do whatever it takes to get the points on the board. They got over the line today. They didn't play outstandingly well, but one thing I was really impressed with was that front three. Lautaro leading the line, Messi there in behind, and in particular, the role now of Lucas Ocampos, who I think could be really key in what Argentina can do in the major tournaments. Because I think he's one of those players whereby we've seen at Sevilla, he can certainly score goals. He's powerful when he gets into the box. He's very, very direct in his play. He's clinical in front of goal. But also, he can be selfless too. He can lay on a pass. He can run. He can work hard for his team. Messi as well was working really, really hard, especially in that first half there for Argentina in his pressing. But I just think Ocampos, he can add something to their attack. You look at the play there at the start of the second half, could have very easily been 2-0. It was really good link-up play between Lautaro and Ocampos. It was a long ball there, directly into Lautaro. He cushions it there for Ocampos. It's a brilliant strike towards goal, and if it wasn't for what was a wonder save there from the Ecuador goalkeeper, that's 2-0, and that's game over there from Argentina. And I just think it's good to see those link-ups happening between Lautaro, between Ocampos, and then as the game went on, you saw it blossoming there between Ocampos and Messi. There was a really nice combination play, a 1-2, whereby Messi there was breaking into the Ecuador final third with pace. He plays it into Ocampos, who's quite simply there. You've seen it, a classic move at Barcelona. We just lay the ball off, just lays the ball off there, just sets it for Messi, who's arriving onto it. Good strike on goal, and it's unlucky there and very, very close to a goal. And I just think things like that, you can work on them. Scaloni's got to be looking at that there, those type of combinations, and just improving really what we saw today. But the most important thing, by a long, long way, it's all about those points. That's what's key at this stage for Argentina. Make no mistake about it. You can talk about performance, you can talk about playing, nice, pleasing football. We all want to see them do that. But at the same time, what they don't want to do is get themselves in the sort of situation that they did the last time they were qualifying for a World Cup. Because remember it was against Ecuador. Because Argentina started that qualifying campaign so poorly, so badly, largely there without Messi in their team, that actually it came down to the very last game. They had to beat Ecuador to progress, to even get to Russia, and it was a Messi hat-trick that got them there, and they need to avoid anything like that again. And that's why in this game, getting the points on the board, getting a very early win to get themselves there, 3 points after the first game, it's vital for them. It should give them confidence. It should give them there a little bit of comfort to know they got that win under their belt, and now they can move on to the coming games and look to improve really, and look to build on what we've seen tonight. The win was important. They can build on that now. And there were good signs, I feel, in those attacking areas in terms of link-up play. And in terms of the rest of the standings there in South America, what I always say about the qualifying stage, getting into the World Cup, it's so difficult because there are so many good South American teams all vying there for just 5 spots to get to the World Cup. And it was impressive, really, to see Uruguay beating Chile. That was a massive, massive result there. It was a last-minute goal from Maxi Gomez after Suarez had put Uruguay ahead. Alexis Sanchez, the 2 experienced players there for their countries, getting on the score sheet before Maxi Gomez broke Chile hearts at the death to get a vital 3 points for Uruguay, and elsewhere as well, Paraguay and Peru drawing 2-2 on the night. That was a very, very entertaining game, which leaves them on a point apiece. Later on, we've got Colombia coming up against Venezuela, and also Brazil there hosting Bolivia. And like I say, this South American qualifying, it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard fought. These games, there's no easy games. That's often a cliche when it comes to football, but in South American qualifying, you're never going to be allowed to coast through a game. There's always going to be pressure, there's always going to be intensity, and Argentina tonight have done what they needed to do, with Messi again sending them to all 3 points, courtesy of that penalty kick. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did stay up for the game, if you did get up for the game, let me know what your thoughts tonight of Argentina's display. What did you like? What can they improve on? And what do you want to see in the games to come from Scaloni's side? I will see you soon, of course, with plenty more content like this coming on More Talk FCB. And of course, all the usual Barca stuff too, coming here and on the main channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and thanks for getting involved in the comments. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.